Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the highlights for the round of 16 in the Race of Champions, where 16 of the best drivers in the Pacific, including 3 drivers from overseas, take on each other in an elimination style tournament. And the first battle was Murph and Loopy, having not played the game in quite a while, no practice, up against Murph, a very accomplished racer. Really stood, he had a very difficult challenge to beat Murph, the New Zealander, who drove home his advantage with victories in Germany and in Russia, taking a 2-0 victory clean sweep in the first round for him and eliminating the Scotsman. Next up was yours truly against Danielson, an all-Aussie battle this time, and our first round was in Hungary. Danielson, though, with a very good launch, and I had to defend down to turn 1, the only real opportunity for him to overtake during this race, and that was successful for me. And indeed, I pulled out a little gap, taking no risks, and took the first of potential 3 races. But I only required 2, because here in Monaco, I started in front, another random grid advantage there. He actually disconnected, and being the person in front, I had the option to let him restart, and I did, but again, the game favoured me. Luckily for me, unluckily for him, and I eliminated Danielson with victory here in Monaco, another 2-0 scoreline. Next up was Bungie versus Trickshot, and Bungie, being a champion on WRL, expected him to have quite a convincing victory here, but Trickshot actually made it a lot closer and more exciting than I thought he would. He got down the inside there at Suzuka's turn 2, but made some mistakes, and including this one here, going off at the Degners. Really a fatal error for his hopes of winning this particular race, as Bungie extended his lead and took the first victory here in Suzuka. However, Trickshot was not going to lie down, and in Monaco he drew the higher grid slot, and Bungie had couple of looks, but was unable to get past the Caterham. And Trickshot, having hit the wall there, quite lucky to keep all of his car intact, but does take victory, meaning this is the first pair to go to the 3rd round. But what we've just seen there is some really experienced manoeuvres there from Bungie. A great move over and under at turn 1 here at Texas. Trickshot, though, not giving up, but there was a bit of argy-bargy there, so he was forced to let Bungie back through. He wasn't done, though. He tried to get back fast, but Bungie was wise enough and experienced enough to hold him off and eliminate Trickshot from the tournament 2-1. Next up was a new person, Naughties, taking on Compact. And Naughty's actually turned out to be Naughty Girl, so 2 females in this competition, and holding it around the outside quite nicely in these wet conditions at Brazil was the Slovenian, I believe the flag was, and she actually remained in front for quite a while. Compact almost hitting the back of her there, but Compact by lap 3 knew where the weaknesses were of the Mercedes driver and took the lead there, take the first of the races between the 2 of them. Pretty entertaining battle actually between those 2. Next up was Monaco, and he started in front, but there was contact there, and it appeared that he had hit the wall and then turned back across Naughties, so he was gentlemanly and let Naughties take the lead, and she wasn't going to throw that away, and evening up the ledger there with 1-1, taking it to a 3rd round, which was to be battled out at Spa. And starting behind again, she managed to throw it up the inside here at the end of Camel into Lacoum. There was a little bit of contact, but not enough to warrant any sort of redress. More contact here, but Compact ultimately came off worse from that. And the Caterham driver actually stretched her legs and got away, meaning that she would go on to eliminate Compact and take her spot in the quarterfinals. Next up was Thule against Danny, the other girl in the competition. Obviously the more established girl, having taken wins in PRL, WRL, Race League, you name it. She's probably won a champion, of course, in CRL and Shadow. Thule, though, remaining in the lead through this first lap with some quite nice manoeuvres around the outside actually, including this one. Almost contact there, but they were both clean enough to avoid each other. But by the end of the lap, the pressure pays off, and the raw speed of Danny puts her into the lead here at Malaysia, and she goes on to take the first victory, crossing the line now. The next battle, she stayed behind once again, and this is in Russia. Both of them actually cutting turns 1 and 2 respectively, so kind of even there, as Thule is now following the Marusha. He actually gets a much better run through that particular right-angled corner and goes down the inside here. Is there going to be contact? Yes, I think there was contact there, and he's going to let Danny back through, I think. Yes, he's in P2 now. There she is. He's trying a nice sort of cutback here, but can't quite make that work. And oh, he's hit the curve, sausage curve there, and that may put paid to his tournament. Yes, Danny's going to go on and win that one 2-0. The next battle is going to be between Stylen and Zenith. Stylen, a very accomplished racer, having won a PRL championship, and Zenith, of course, not to be overlooked. But he is English, meaning there may be some lag involved in this battle, and as you see, Stylen's actually already overtaken Zenith. But Zenith back through, they're right side by side through this. Oh, this is looking ugly. They're cutting corners everywhere, left and right, and oh, okay. Well, there's definitely some lag involved in this. And what? Okay, Zenith's actually offline. So, perhaps lag involved in that, but luckily for Zenith, Stylen was kind enough to allow that race to restart, and they both agreed to have no collisions due to the lag it was affecting their race. And look how even they were. I feel like if there was no lag and no collisions, and collisions on, that Zenith may have had a chance to hold Stylen behind. They were pretty even, but Stylen ultimately took the victory there. And again, they chose no collisions for this British Grand Prix, Zenith's home track, and they're absolutely pretty much identical, but Stylen with that slight advantage in pace, and that was enough for him to pull away, as you see here on lap 2, and ultimately eliminate the Englishman from the competition, meaning there was only one European left already. Next was another battle of the Aussies. It was HSV and Viper, two guys who we've seen win races in the past, so obviously good drivers. And here at Australia, both of their home tracks, very close battle here, and HSV has actually gone off there, and Viper's taken advantage of that. But HSV is definitely not done. He's coming down the inside there, and then around the outside. Fantastic manoeuvre actually. Great stuff, but he's made the exact same mistake he made on the first lap and gone off a little bit further this time. And Viper once again takes advantage, but it's still not done, and a really nice move there by HSV at the last turn. It looks like he's running a bit more wing than Viper, and he's come back around the outside. They're still side by side, a little bit of a corner cut there. And HSV is back behind, so he hasn't taken advantage of that. And he's still putting massive pressure on the catering, and that pressure's absolutely paid off as a bit of understeer there for Viper, and HSV back into the lead. As long as he doesn't make the exact same mistake he's made on the previous 2 laps, he should win this. And in fact, it's Viper that makes the mistake, hitting a bollard there. And that was quite an entertaining battle actually. Probably going to be Battle of the Week, which will be featured in a separate video. And HSV takes the first victory in Australia. The next battle is going to be in Brazil. And wow, HSV has flashed through there. And ultimately, Viper pretty close, but unfortunately for him, he's succumbed 2-0. The final battle we see here is actually between Andre and Rafa. Dubsy unable to compete, and replacing him was Andre. A lot of weaving going on in the background there by Rafa. He's going down the inside here, and both of these guys' races actually in the wet, so that was odd. It's random weather, so yeah, I think the lobby may have been a little bit glitched, and Rafa took full advantage. He's very good in the wet. In fact, trying a cheeky championship flick, stealing my manoeuvres there. And then they move on to Britain, and Andre starts in front, but Rafa just fantastic in the wet. So make a move down here at the old turn 1. Has he made it? Yes, very impressive manoeuvre there. I'm into the lead, and he goes on to eliminate Andre. Thank you for filling in though, Andre. And yeah, what an exciting opening round. Here's some stats actually. We've got 10 wins coming from behind, so clearly the random grid's not affecting people too much. Monaco raced the most, and 2 out of 8 matchups required a third round to be decided. So here is a recap of who has been eliminated and who remains and has gone through to the quarterfinals. Let you guys peruse that. I've been Jacko. See you next time.